her postman, city, hood, click. Let's go. We got baby nose up here today, guys. We finna get it going. Let's go.
Be very careful who you talk to, because you'll never know who the informant is, who the cooperating witness may be, and you never know somebody who was a friend today may have been flipped the night before and become your enemy tomorrow.
About humanity, putting truth in these lines, while they busy feeding lies. When you got that tunnel vision, gotta open up your eyes. Wake up and go to sleep. Man, I'm praying all times. And to my guys, ain't no other side. This for my brothers, I'ma pray with y'all shine. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Yeah, you already know.
Depending on the lessons, some people eat, some people learn. But the game is going to send you a big. Lock the door.
Lock the door. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation and the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mill, the Hood Postman. Be sure to click that notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below so when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first and the 15th. Welcome to the Mailroom. Come in, take a look at your mind, examine this in your heart. You go anywhere in the world to get a couple of lies, but you come right here to get the truth. Before they had handguns, they had handguards. It's not a glorification or a glamorization. It's always education. Get on the bus. Let me take you to school. I am the bus driver. I got baby nose up in there, co-pilot today, man. He in the cockpit today, y'all. Got baby nose. What's going on with you, champ?
Hey, good evening. Good way to start it off, Doc. Yeah, I'm on the bus. I'm on the back of the bus this time. Yeah. Hey,
Right
they
on,
making it hard, man. We got a hot summer coming, man. They trying to make it hard.
Yeah, let me build up to it, right? First of all, let me get a shout out to my loved one. They from the West Side. They the stunner, man. Always. He tell me, Melly Mill, we're gonna kick it back forth like soccer. He said, my place is in a lady's face. I said, that's right. Shout out to West Side. They the stunner, man. I appreciate everything, man. But here it comes where it comes down, right? This is what it comes down now. Real game don't come from plastic, but it's new to you. Happiness is an inside job. What you are not changing, you are choosing, guys. What you are not changing, you are choosing. Again, the game, real game don't come from plastic. It's just new to you, but it's new to you. Shout out. But anyway, baby knows. We're talking about the summer, right? Will the summer see another wave of violence among the Crips, the Bloods, the PDs, the GDs, with no accountability?
I'm gonna take my time with that and answer that as correctly as I can, and only from my perspective. The reason why I say it has the tendency to slow down is because what just transpired. People getting arrested. I don't care what nobody say. You going to jail. You going to SECOT. Because we at a time, brother, nonsense is God. The spirit is saying no nonsense, bro. So those that's want to continue to use this idle time when it's really nothing but vital time for you to get something correct and miss and jump and catch the bull run that's coming to our city. But I just park it right there. I think and give it back to you. But just to open it up, I think with the way the laws is, people ain't getting away with nothing. So what's going to happen is foolishness is going to get brought to the full circle because we at a point where we tired, and guys got platforms, Mel, and we can get information out there. Because I think right now, and I'll land with this real fast, we got the power to put a good information out there to say, nah, man, stop the violence. We ain't got just radio stations, man. We really putting things out there, and I just think more, it's just more spirit and more of a karmatic event that's gonna move a lot of these suckers out the way, man.
There you go, man. Shout out to the mail room. Shout out to the mail room chat, the mail room goons, the mail room nation, Marlena Williams, Postmaster General, Purple Rain. What's going on, Compton Geography? What's going on? What's going on, Brian? What's going on? Everybody else that's joining us, PM, man. What's good? Everybody that's in there. True Floridian, man. All the way from Florida up in the mail room. What's going on? Yeah, that's where my homegirl Red and Monique live out there. My homeboy Spider, Tiger, and their sisters out there living in that Florida life, man. But shout out to them. Go ahead.
And shout out to and just want to say exactly. Shout out to the people, folks that's OT, man. Because now let me say this, OTers, y'all getting real live content from folks that's from the soil. So I know it'd be a different content on us from the folks that's out of town, but real live and source, man. We gonna try to give it to you as real as much as we possible. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the family that's up from out of town. Good stuff, man.
There you go. I'm gonna lay it like this here. During the summer months, gangs such as Crips, Bloods, BDGDs face a significant issue when it comes to homicide and violent crimes. The murder rates disproportionately affect victims within our community, of course. We've seen it happen too many times. Gun violence has become a particularly severe, and it has grown greater since 1972. 1969 to 72, 73, 74, there was a lot of fighting, and then it started escalating as time went by. Man, each year got worse and worse. And there has been an increase in the year of violence confronting with that indicates that within the studies that it's a shift towards more gunplay within the youth, and in effect, at least 90% of black people are took out by black people, if the percentage is not higher, And when we compare this and we look at how we see all these other groups like the KKK, the Proud Boys, the Nazis, they don't have to do anything. All they got to do is sit back and watch us go to work on each other. That should cause people to pause right there. Just that one statement, that should cause you to pause and really start dialogue and open up a channel of communications with your loved ones and people within your tribe and your community and your circle and your cliques and whatever, to especially understanding the severity of the violence, man. Especially that how it's amounts among the black youth this day and time, because the black youth is really man, they don't have no direction. They follow what they trend, who they like. And as you see, my topics don't follow trends. There's a lot of stuff that's trending on the internet right now that 9 chances out of 10 I won't even touch. I won't even indulge it because I know what it's there for and what it is there, why it's there. And meantime, you're being manipulated and put into this circle of information that's untrustworthy, that's insignificant, that doesn't empower your community. You're caught up in a whirlwind, and in experiences, it's a higher rate of exposure to violence leading to a long-term psychological and social economical disadvantage to our community. So we gotta open up, man. We gotta do better, man, as a people, because here's the thing. This thing is seasonal pattern. And what I mean by seasonal pattern, if you can look at the fall, the winter, the summer, but we know that the summer months tend to have an increase in violence in our community, knows. And
Absolutely. And
go ahead.
Go ahead, Mel. My bad. No,
it's attributed to the school vacation, and it highlights the social activities, social economic factors such as poverty, unemployment, and because people don't have a whole lot of access in our community to social service, they take the social services that the taxpayer dollars that are earned over here by the people that work in this country, they give them to the people that's coming from South Africa or something, or coming from Ukraine or something. They take your hard-earned tax dollars and set those people up with a job. They set them up with a permanent housing. They set them up with food stamps, and they give them training, and they'll give them a loan to start a business. But yet they'll overlook you because they figure you're entertained by the violent nature that was going on within your communities, within your circles. Because if you look at it, more Bloods kill Bloods, more Crips kill Books, more BDs kill BDs, GDs kill GDs, and then you turn around and then start killing each other. So the killing is increased all the way around. It's all the way around. There's no other way we can look at that. But go ahead, I'll give back to you. I'll land my plane.
No, Mel, because I just want to feed in, because this is what I tackle, the psychosis of it. Because and meaning, bottom line, 84 summer, I tell people, we got to understand that in our community, the music played a part of it. When we was growing up in the 70s, I remember the summer of 77, moms went to the San Diego Jazz Festival.
That's the year I graduated from high school, bro.
Come on, let's cook. So let's walk. So watch this. So this is when Kool and the Gang, she went to the Long Beach, my bad. It was the Kool Jazz Festival at Long Beach. Moms, they played Kool and the Gang, Summer Madness, bro. They had, what happened, it was like a hippie thing. Moms and them had us in the car. They played, and they went to the concert, my uncles and all that, and so they was playing. So my point I'm making is we had these type of things in our ear, hot fun in the summertime. So when you come to 84, because we talking patterns, when did things go wrong? And we got to look at pivotal moments in the city. 1984 Summer Olympics was in LA. I was living and like I said in one of my interviews, I said, listen, man, anybody that was in LA, Compton, and Watts know we went from backpacks to crack sacks because they cut out all the academic programs, bro. We was the next Michael Jordans and Allen Iversons. But when all those absolute, and so stay with me. Watch this, Mel, because I remember when Henry Tillman was training us. I said Spencer Tillman. It was Henry Tillman. We was going to the Hoover Gym. We was in the boxing programs. All that stuff got cut under Reaganomics. And like I said, and so we stepped outside, and the remnants from the LA Olympics left residue. Nothing but people from out of town and smokers, man. All I know is we went from backpacks to crack sacks. So I just throw it back to you on that, where a generation X, I was 13 and 14, we stepped outside, and that's when all that, the music, the violence, and the social constructs was the next thing with us of the aggression, because mind you, we the birth of the aggression of our parents. But when 80s and the 90s and when the late 70s and the 80s in LA, I don't know about other places, I'm just speaking for LA, homie, we was living good. We had Chris, we was popping this, roller skating. We had all the jobs. Mom's nails was working for the RTD. We had all the cassettes. So my point making is we got done economically stout, and I'll just park it right there.
Okay. Yeah, you're right, man.
84,
but you gotta understand that the crack with the crack and the gang violence, and then the crack derailed the whole trajectory of where black people is going, because now it gave them access to bigger guns, bigger bullets, and more bullets, and all
Okay.
that stuff.
Now,
And
let me ask you this.
go ahead.
Let me ask you this. With the crack, before it got in our hands, it was in Richard Pryor and them hands.
Yeah.
Let's stay with me. Before it got in our hands, it was in the elite hands. So in the late, so we can walk with it. So in the late 70s, because I tell people the dope game been the dope game.
Yeah.
They've been right. So the pre-Columbian area, the Pharaohs and Ramses, they had tobacco, weed, coke, corn, all in they sarcophagus. So let's walk. What I'm saying is the stars in the elite had all this stuff. So let's understand that it got in our hands because once Richard Pryor and them and they started Ether Base and he did the live on the Sunset Strip, nobody didn't know about Ether Base and all that stuff, man. So we was kids of the next construct of the next new thing, which was rock cocaine. See what I'm saying? Because it was powder. Because in essence, think about it. You can't get crack unless you got what? Coke. So yeah, but we know we was the litmus tests, and this was everywhere. So 84 was pivotal because think about it. Like I tell dudes, okay, I just do simplest. Where was you at and what you was doing in 84? If you from the hood and you from all this or whatever, where was you at and what was you doing? Because that was not just you, Mel. I'm just speaking in general.
But I have to say it because that's when they send the BBC documentary crew over to the United States, and they follow my homeboy Kenny Wayne Johnson. I happen to be a part of it. My homie Bad Habit, my homie Mike, Rat, Scrunchy, Preet, Twin, Gertrude Montana, Rick Carter.
I saw it.
Yeah, and countless of others. You know what I mean? And they document that whole thing, but their whole thing was that we was somehow gonna be a disruption to the Summer Olympics, and they was locking people up back then, man, like it was nothing.
Amen. Right. And so now watch this. You are already outside. You already in it. You in the mix. It's going over y'all head. It's over our head. We don't even know. We don't even understand what's going on. This was the narrative as a kid. AIDS, 84 AIDS. Do unprotected, start wearing condoms. They started implementing things. They hit us with AIDS, brother. That was COVID. So we had crack cocaine, AIDS, Reaganomics, the Olympics. Now all this energy, brother, we stimulate it. So even all the way from Compton to Watts to South Central to the Valley to wherever, man, it was going on. The Chicago, everybody was hit with the litmus test. Because only thing about us, we just was out here more stylish because we had the beaches. And I land with this. So when I see when we picked up the torch, like we picked up the sack because we saw what was going on. Because of when you take away programs, and this is why I tell people California has always been not to go politics, because it plays a part of why I say politics and what's going on with these social constructs and social orders. We need to start telling the real, brother, that the shit is just over with. And excuse my language, we at a time where information is key. Because if we was saying what we was saying in the block, homie, we knew that, okay, same with information in the hood. Everybody didn't know the plug and everybody didn't know everything. So some stuff was basically for information and for your ears and eyes only. Because we come up from minding our business, bro. We got away from morals. We don't tell people we don't talk. We don't have them grown folks conversations no more. Everybody grown, man. You can't tell nobody nothing. Because everybody grown. Hey, I'm grown. Well, this is what our mamas used to do. Oh, you grown? Get your ass out. Go on, grown. Get out. Go pay bills. I'm gonna see how grown you is. And next thing you know, that nigga be right in the back, waiting till the street lights to come on so he can come knock on the door. Mama, can I come back in? So I get it. We grown because everybody think they know everything because of social media. Right.
Social media is such a it's a necessary tool, but it's also being abused and
It
misused,
is.
handled. Um, I saw one of our brothers, credible speaker, credible messenger. He's a credible messenger, right? And he's downtown LA. I'm talking about Melvin Farmer.
Yeah.
A Kelly Skull out of the tray, a trays, and I got the clip. I just, and I don't know what to make from it, but I'm gonna show you guys the clip, and then you guys can take your assessment on it. Let me give you this clip. This has happened. This says recently. Credible messenger downtown LA doing what he's doing. He been carrying the torch for quite some time,
Yeah,
and
let's speak on it. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
here you go. This is what happened. That's him right there. You see this, he's walking around, and then you see two guys that are fighting. Then he comes from the back and bam. Now I don't know what the backstory is to that. I don't know exactly what provoked all that and where it ended at, but I know that he's a credible messenger. He's downtown LA doing the work. And I don't know what could have escalated the got to that point. I
Yeah,
have.
you know the first thing I don't like what I saw,
What's that?
and that ain't and that's just being from a man of being a fair dude. I would never walk in the back of a person and steal and fire on them. So that's first and foremost, brother. So that negate. I don't care where you from. That as a man, what you doing? You on camera walking in the back of somebody. You a dope fiend. That's dope. We call that dope fiend. That's dope fiend. I tell him in his face, you nigga, you supposed to be a big homie. You wrong. That's dope fiend shit, homie. You dope fiend. You should have, and you're interpreventionist. So you been first instrumental displaying nonviolence and critical crisis management approach, brother. So man, I don't give a fuck where niggas from no more. I'm getting tired of this because so-called gangs is supposed to be pinnacle. No, brother, that's an individual. It doesn't represent a trait. It represents him, his stupidity, bro. So that's why I say I separate individuals from their gang.
At that point, he's not a representative of a trade. He's representing
My point.
Other than that.
Yeah, and so once again, this has nothing to do with a trait. This has something to do with a person that's in a position, brother, that was put in a position to be a spokesman. So man, if we doing shit like that, I don't expect out of towners to respect us. So that's why I get on here with furiosis to this day, brother, because I get tired of this shit. Because I got reputation. Where I come, okay, let me show you, Mel. This is what I tell penitentiary dudes. This is called a 128G. This is what you get. And I learned that from gelling with these Serenos, homie. This is your paperwork. This is from 210 is when I got back to the pen. I hit out of state. You get your 128G. The Rasa know that. If niggas been on them 4 yards and you get to other pens, you get your 128G. Let me say this, Mel, because this is important key.
I'm listening. I'm going. Go for it.
Okay, hear me out, family. In 2008, they started sending us out of state. Let me say this. Okay, watch this. If you were triple CMS, you couldn't go out of state. So this is how our numbers became short in them prisons, homie. It was 3-4 to 1. So we going out of state. Let me say this. Arizona, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Tennessee had contracts, and who else had a contract with California? It was somebody else. But stay with me. The brothers in 2008 and 07, the Obama administration cut a private. We was going to CCAs. They started sending the brothers from Cali and sending us. The brothers was tapping out. The Mexicans and the whites, they didn't tap out. They wasn't triple CMS. This is why brothers start becoming sensitive fucking need, excuse my language, because these dudes is telling y'all a lie. These dudes is on medication, homie. They triple CMS. And the tough dudes, they was sending us out of state because we wasn't on meds. So the brothers was doing us like this. Hey, baby nose, I ain't going. Where you go? What? Man, I'm gonna go triple CMS. They go man down, homie. I'm just giving you the honest truth because this is my 128G. You get your paperwork, partner. And this will tell you your medical records, your confidential records, if you got any smut on you, bro. So I've been on them yards, bro. And this is compliment of Corcoran Prison. So when you go out of state,
What do you think that all that going out of state, was they running from something? What was that about?
No. Stay with me. No.
Okay.
No. This is the opposite, homie. The homies that was staying home was running from something. Real talk. Because the Mexicans couldn't, they had to mandate go out of state. They left us 13 in a dorm in our cells. Excuse me. We was in our cells. The units was 60-60. They was 180 design. I was in Red Rock and La Palma. We only be 13 deep, homie, and it be 60. So out of 60 people, it's only 13 brothers. And out of that pack, you'll get 35 Mexicans, 10 white boys, and 5 woods. And 5 others, Pisces. So they go 35 Serranos against 13. And you know what happened? Let me show you something. This is real game. And that's why I don't have to get on here and lie, because niggas can't they gonna fact check me and say that nigga ain't lying. Baby knows no. And my crew know that we went out of town. We had the establishment and we got in more riots because it was more buck passing than us taking off because of our numbers, bro. You'll get 13 homies. Watch this, Mel. 3 will be from Crips, 2 from Sacramento, 1 from Oakland, 1 from Vallejo, 1 from here. So how we gonna deal with all this? Because California was sending us out of state if you wasn't on medication. If you was doing, telling the staff, man down. I hear. Okay, they was going man down, Mel. I hear voices. So they was giving them medication. So it backfired, homie. Where now S and Y yards and triple CMS because the CDC figured it out. Oh, you sensitive. You hearing voices. You can't function. So we just gonna make you a sensitive knee. So all the homies, yeah, it's just a game and they don't like the telling the real. I don't do medication, homie. I got shot and was paralyzed and walked again, Mel. You know my story. I don't do medication. So stay with me real fast and I'll throw it back because these dudes are coming home. There's a sickness going on with our people. And these dudes is coming home and not telling their family and the medical records is not tackling. These niggas is triple CMS. So there's that part of on top of doing drugs and doing all these pills. They not gonna listen to nothing. So this game is far out of our hand where we dealing with more of a psychosis.
Man, that's mind blowing, man. Because I had no idea to that what you just saying. Nobody's ever explained it to me like you just explained it.
Because they don't want me to explain it, Mel. They hide. I'm sorry, homie. I get a little excited. I'll calm it down.
You did good. I definitely wanted you to go down that trail because we need to be talked about, because I think I heard what I heard in there. Then if you got somebody from Oakland, Vallejo, Sacramento, you got a Crip, you got a couple of Bloods, you got a couple of, that means that everybody's then divided because they don't know how to come together.
No, exactly. So Mel, let me show you this. And my little road dog, hey homie, shout out to Stoney from 6ix9ine. A lot of homies. I ain't gonna go down the rap. They know, homie. We and the homies from Don Moves, the homies from the Bay, G them from Oakland. We had to come together, homie, and say because our numbers, because we'll be holding a youngster from the Bay, and we'll be like, hey, homie, you can't talk to them essays like that. Stop cutting through their tables. Bruh. They used to run up so much tabs because, we get it. They do their thing, no problem. And we understood that and let me say this respectfully. If it wasn't for guys like me and a few others, and this not just me, I'm just speaking on what was put on our shoulders, Mel, for our people. We had to really go up, and we was in Trig, my little homie Trig, Baby Smoke from Mar. Hey, let me say this. Drac, rest in peace. Shout out to Drac. 4 extras came out of state with me. He know me. And let me say this. He was young. Let me say this. He came out of state. My celly was Bebe Jock from 7-4 Hoover. And Tiny Bingo and them from UG. They was all in the dorm with me, loved one. So I had to really hold them dudes together, and I couldn't have no set tripping, homie. I couldn't have, real talk, I couldn't have no set tripping. Somebody talking?
That was Bam.
Hey, what's up, Bam? Salute. Hey, and the dorm I was at, homie, I couldn't have no set tripping. So when the little homie 4 extras came out there, I said, hey, homie, we know you from neighborhood, homie. We get that you was fighting all, but we don't have, and my homie, my celly wanted to run him. I couldn't have that. So let me show you how diplomacy worked. Tiny Bingo from UG, salute. That's my little soldier. And little 4 extras. I put him on Drac. I said, Drac, rest in peace. Drac, you take care of him, homie, because he has a problem with listening to gangsters, homie. So take care of him. Trey Toll from A-Trade and Looney from East Coast, they came from work, they hollered. So my point I'm making is no shout out to no disrespect for no homie that took meds. I just saw homies was tapping out and leaving us short out there, bruh. Real talk. And that's how I saw that from my eyes, homie. Because when I got out the shoe, we hit Corcoran in 07. And that's when they implemented the out of state. The homies that was triple CMS, they used to, when the light go on, they used to have to go in the house on the yard recall. I mean, no, they'll say, heat light is on, take it back to your building. And I used to be like, damn, the homies was EOP. And I'm like, damn, cuz. So then the CDC started mixing us up. They started sending us out of state. This is 07, cuz. I was like, fuck it, let's go. Because the perks was Xbox. They gave us the perks, but what they failed to realize, our politics, homie. Them people didn't understand our politics. That's why it was dangerous, homie. So we went out there, homie, and established that shit. That's why they shut that shit down, because now here go California niggas with game. Excuse my lane. Here go we swerving, bro. We got it popping. So these cats know that why they didn't want to give you that. But like I said, man, I got my 128. I get this all the time, homie. Because dudes are trying to put a jacket on you with situations and be like, nah, partner, your 128, your 120, your 114 lockup chronicles, got all that. It's just to show dudes that I don't play with this, homie. Okay, I get it, West LA, we over here, but we got our own politics. And we understand that and I land with this, family. Within the gangster card, it'd be separatism because we got East Side gangsters fighting West Side. It'd be so much internal conflict, brother, that when I do run across, okay, let me land with this. In 2000, homie, when I hit Corcoran, I got up under Kill from Raymond Coop, and Bigger Sparry was on the yard, and the homie Smears from Showline. Black, all these riders, and my homie Cedar from Marvin. So I hit the yard with some powerful dudes, homie, that was no nonsense. So I already knew cats that was under regimes. Real talk. And I land with that, homie, that so they don't have no dummy. I'm H32210, homie. I'm, so I don't have no reason to lie. And one thing I don't do is what the homie Big Ronnie T from West Boulevard taught me and Corcoran Shoe, him and Big Lil Flux. And Lala, and Tay-Dog, they was still there. Come on, bruh. That you never put out your man's negligence. Lala knew it was some people back there. I mean, not Lala, excuse me. Ronnie T knew it was some dudes back there, homie. And he never showed negligence. And I found out later, like Ronnie T bust on somebody. I was like, wow, look at that. He was, and the homie said, cuz you never put nobody negligence out there because you can get it too. And I'll just park with that, homie. But yeah, I get frustrated because it is a summer coming.
It's cool. I like that because you was able to get out some stuff that we ain't talked about. Bam. What can you? Are you hearing what he's saying, or are you familiar?
Yeah, I'm a little scurvy, for the record. Ronnie T, my comrade. Let me share this with you. They wasn't sending level 4 inmates out of state, right?
I know that.
A lot of inmates. No, I'm just saying it. A lot of inmates that go triple CMS, Melly Mill, inmates. Right before I came home, if you was on the level 4, 180 or 270, if you decided to go EOP to us, you was PCing up because it ain't no politics on the EOP yard. And once you get kicked, you'll get kicked out over there if you go over there politicking, because you was really running. But if you came back to a level 4, you was getting DP for that. Also,
Amen.
Knows he's 85% correct on what he was saying. A lot of brothers did get on, but a lot of them got on EOP because they didn't want to lose their girls. They didn't think their girl run out of state or run for them. But I met a lot of young brothers that got rolled up.
Homie. It backfired, man.
A lot of them was coming back. Like I ran into a couple of dot moves. I had a partner named Will from Oaks Park. I ain't never letting him be my celly in New Folsom. When he got kicked out and they made him a level 4. He would say, "Bam, a lot of brothers, we ain't deep out there, and them dudes be trying to smash. A lot of brothers be coming with that rah-rah." And what he's saying is correct. Now, in regards to Scud, somebody sent me that today. I don't like it. Scud doping that white boy. He shouldn't have did it. And put a blemish on the image he's projecting, because he should have broke it up.
He a credible messenger, man.
Well, watch this, Melly Mel. And a young brother that worked downtown, he the one sent it to me. Scud going through some things right now, man. And I ain't trying to put his business on social media.
Amen.
And I reached out to Scud like, "Hey, man, what's not?" Because I thought everything was going good with him. Scud going through some things right now, homie. And if you look at it, you can tell. That ain't Scud. That ain't Scud. Don't do that, homie. Scud don't do that. Now, I want to elaborate on something that you brought up. For extra. I thought the little brother did all this time on the level 4 yard. I never knew he went OT, right? So that tells you a lot on how people try to build their image up and all that, right? I'm gonna share this, Melly Mill, and those. I don't want nobody to take this one. My YouTube channel is on a different platform. I'm going to a different get out. I'm gonna call a brother on they bullshit. I love Lil Ant from A-Tray. I love him to death. Respect the brother to death. But somebody finally sent me something to watch about people getting carrots put in their butt in the county jail, sausages putting.
All that, man. I'm like, dang.
He shouldn't have never put that on social media. I'm gonna tell
there
you,
you go, homie. Come on.
What's
on A yard is on A yard. There you go, man. Thank you, homie.
And he put everybody else's life in that community life at risk. He don't know that shit, that brother he let say that shit over the phone, that can trigger to society. I know a lot of things that transpired inside of the county jail and in prison came to the streets. Certain things you can't be for, but you advocate negativity on your channel. We don't do that. We not into that. And in reality, all reality, I want people to really understand this. I'm not trying to overthrow your show. Before I say this too, Melly Mill, your live the other day, brother, was your best live.
Hey, right on, man.
This month. That was the hey, I had to do something on it, right? Because you kept it 100. That's what I love most. I said if they want to go to the intellectual Crip, get that there, go to Melly Mill. They want to go to Gangster and go to KMX. You want to come too real for TV? Hit OG Bam. But this is what I'm saying. These brothers, Melly Mill, we did not gang bang like this. Raymond, Matt, Salty, Tookie, none of them taught us to gang bang like this. This is not how you gang bang. And in all actuality, what don't nobody know, Black came first with Raymond and Tookie them and Salty them, homie. They was Crips. They only did things to people that was against Crip. They didn't do nothing, non-civilians. And what people is doing today, they glamorizing and promoting gang shit in a fucked up way. Excuse my language, in a messed up way. They got these youngsters thinking it's cool to go to prison. They can get a phone and do a YouTube channel. It's cool to belittle another black man. It's cool to say don't throw the police under the bus. And if you say don't throw the police under the bus, that means you're in favor of the police, right? But it's not cool, and it's a shame that all we want to do is harm each other. Don't want to do nothing to the real enemy. The police can pull up in your neighborhood and disrespect your mama, your homeboy mama. You don't take a stand on that. The police can do whatever they want to do. I can come to your house right now, Melly Mill, if you live in the neighborhood, and the first thing somebody gonna say, they forgetting they living next door to Mr. Gibson. First thing they gonna ask me is, hey, where you from? Well, you disrespected Mr. Gibson. If you ask me where I'm from, wherever I'm from ain't your business. Mr. Gibson said I can come to his house. And they not respecting the community yet. They put it on the neighborhood all day long. They put it on their dead homies all day long. How many of them went over their dead homies' house and went and seen their kids? How many went and checked on the kids? How many went and checked on the parents? None of them. When my homeboy, one of my road dogs, BJ, got killed by the policeman in the late 70s, trust me, Melly Mel, before I went to prison, I used to go to his mama house every Thursday and take the trash out. Every Friday, go cut the grass. When I got out the pen and baby mother passed, I paid to get the floor fixed in the bathroom. With my gate money, I had $150 left, and I did that. These dudes do not honor what they represent, and they need to start understanding this. You're not you don't represent your hood, you're representing your hood. And you're starting to make your hood look real bad.
How can they honor when they listen to people like this? Look at this.
What's your thoughts on the Californian response?
I don't have no California response. Never been. I don't have nothing to say to California Crips. I ain't get my crippin' from no California. That's number one. They got their crippin' from us. Yeah. Stanley Tookie Williams. Shreveport dudes down south. Yeah, he took crippin' to Cali. How y'all think y'all got on? See, I hate when they bring. I'm glad. I'm first of all, for the record, no, I don't gang bang and I don't rep crip or none of that shit. I'm a grown man. I put away my childish.
Tookie, born 1953.
Let me elaborate on that.
In 59, that made him 6 years old. Go ahead, man.
Hey, I elaborated on. You see what Percy looked like? He looked like somebody gonna sit in the casket, and I ain't wishing that on the brother. He looked with that old ass suit on. But anyway, man, I'm gonna say this. I want people to really understand this. Crippin' came from Los Angeles, California, off the east side. There's only one originator of Crip, and that's Raymond Washington. There's only one OG of Crip, and that's Raymond Washington. The other part, OG is a title earned, not given. I don't know how he got that title, Percy. It was 15 to 30 Crips before Chucky became a Crip. Chucky is the leader of the West Side. Mac Thomas and Head Huncho is the leader of Compton Crips, right? Now that we don't recognize people as leaders, it's a whole lot of destruction. And you need to understand, man, Crip wasn't created to destroy. Crip was created to protect. Paru was created to protect. But some type of way, we all lost waves of that, right? I became black conscious when I was in prison. Black come first to me. Black come first, man.
Can I ask you a question? Is it fair to say now, because we talking protocol? So it's like if I'm on A yard and I get into it on A yard and I go on C yard, first and foremost, what's protocol? What you get? What's happening, homie? What happened on A yard? Now, do I bring A yard over to C yard or I leave A yard alone?
It do not come to the next yard. What happened on that yard stays on that yard, unless it's racial. And if it's racial, it can happen. But if it happened on the A yard amongst ourselves, it stay on A yard. You come on C yard, protocol is somebody gonna get that nose and do this. Hey, leave that on A yard, homie. Leave that on A yard. You bring that over here, You're gonna get what you want. You're
You
gonna
got
get
an
what
issue.
listen to me, man. I was in Folsom when Straw Dog lost his life, right? And they put us on lockdown. The Bay Cats, the Bloods, everybody was complaining. Oh man, they got us on lockdown behind Crips, right? So we talking, I did this. I said, why y'all complaining? I've been on lockdown behind y'all bullshit. They rolled up all the 60s and all the Hoovers. They called me, Sports should tell you this, called me, Sports, and a few more others, a couple more other cats that they felt had some influence on the yard. I closed my cell door. I say, Sparks, I ain't going over. They said, come on, Bam. I said, for what? I'm not from Hoover. I'm not from 60. That ain't my business. I was just supporting the Scory if something would have happened to a Scory. Other than that, that's not my business. And at the same time, when you bring shit from another yard and don't want to follow protocol, deaths happen. The Straw Dog lost his life because didn't nobody want to DP his homies for being wrong.
Wow.
And that was the whole yard, every keyway on the yard felt this. And this ain't no disrespect to the Hoovers because I love Hoovers. They said the Hoovers deserve a DP and TS should call a discipline on them. This was the first time I ever heard them say Hoover criminal. Somebody say, Bam, TS saying these youngsters ain't listening. Well, they listened when the drama came, but when Straw Dog, a good Hoover, lost his life that stayed down for Hoover, it hurted all of us. I wasn't no more than 2 feet away from it. I was right there. I'm one of my kids to say he passed. My kid got up and say, man, he bleeding. Straw Dog didn't even know he was bleeding. These dudes is being misled by these fake wannabe OG who ain't never did nothing, who ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah.
Another question for you, Bam. Watch this, because it pertains to this Tory Lane. Now watch protocol. Hey, homie. Hey, they bring it to you. Hey, homie, knows the essays bring this to you. Hey, homie, knows got that he keep disrespecting me. Could you get? Ain't that what that protocol when you get into another race?
And watch this. If that Mahinder did not go at no brother and told him what that brother post that did, he was PCing up. That was a PC move, homie. And a lot of people don't understand that. He had, listen to me, he had, watch this, man. If you would have got at my girl in the visiting room, Melly Mill, I'd immediately got at the Compton Court. If Mahinder would have got at my girl in any form, shape, or fashion in a disrespectful manner, trying to holler at her or whatever, I'd have got at the Hispanics. The Hispanics would have either verbally checked him or they'd have got him off that yard if they felt it was going to still be a problem. Protocol is he had to get at another brother. Being that he didn't get at another brother, he was doing a PC move. And 9 out of 10, and I told a few people this. Huh?
Go ahead.
And I told a few people this. I say 9 out of 10 that Mahinder owed his people some money probably, and he found a way to lead a yard. And that was his way to lead a yard. Now everybody else dubs them doing they thing on it. That's bullshit. And I'm gonna share this with you, man. And Noah's might confirm this in YouTube, Melly Mill. If I wasn't under black conscience and seen Tory Lane sending everybody to the stove, check and believe me, I would approach him and made him pay me for protection. It seemed like that's what he was doing, whether he had money or not. But you do not go in the visiting room and disrespect another man's family. Nobody that's visiting him.
But that was the narrative.
I remember they first opened up Corcoran, man, and Poopa will tell you this, Melly Mill. When they first opened up Sat F, level 4, you know how they do the TV shot and they locked the whole prison down. Well, they let us still have visits. Once the TV shops was open, they ran visits. I go on a visit. It's the Northerners on the yard. Guess what the Northerners do? They take off in the visiting room where they getting searched at. Now they getting pepper sprayed. They getting pepper sprayed. So now they got to cancel the visits because that's affecting the visits. When they got Poo-Poo in them out the visiting room, Poo-Poo would confirm this, Melly Mill. I go to the hole. I took flight. As soon as they say go in the back, I see one of them. I take flight. Hey, man, you disrespected my family. My girl up here. Because the visiting room is taboo. It's no green light in the visiting room. Only green light he was ever in the visiting room was on death row. That's why they had cages in the visiting room on death row. Visiting is taboo. You do not disrespect nobody, family members. You don't do no fighting in there. The only thing, man, you can do in that visiting room is check a police.
Let me ask you this,
You do
fam.
anything else, huh?
Did you see what Eddie Boy did today?
Hey, watch this, man. I know Eddie Boy personally. The things Eddie Boy doing to call himself a Muslim, it's not Islamic. That's my opinion. If he got beefs and issues with whack them, he need to talk to them. Why is he doing that on social media? He's taking a note from somebody booking. He's being schooled by somebody getting licensed views and chasing some money on social media. That's no disrespect. That's just the OG's perspective, right? Because I remember one time he was on Damu Kiwe show, and I was in there. And I said something, and Eddie Boy did. He say, "Bam, step back." And I honored that. I stepped back and kept my opinion to myself. But watch this. Why would you want to talk about whack and Big U them and do this, and you ain't telling them?
First, Bam, he on that talking about PD Whack as part of the rainbow community.
Listen to me, man. Let me share something with you, man. PD Whack just plugged me up with a brother I'm finna do a Zoom meeting with to talk to some kids next Monday in Atlanta. You understand what I'm saying? Watch this, man. When I first met Eddie Boy, and I ain't saying this to discredit this brother. I come down from St. Quentin to Soledad. Eddie Boy down there. I'm in the cell with Big Looney, Charles Lloyd from the 60s. He told Looney them, I said, fuck them. Behind seat up and feeding them thing, right? Looney telling this. And Jay Stone them. So why you didn't do that? Next time I seen him, me and Mel Rock go down to the 4800, right? This from Gangsta Marcellus, and it was the 4800. Big Eddie Boy was in there. Big Eddie Boy disrespected one of my rags and didn't know he was one of our rags. Butcher from Great Wrestling in Peace. Eddie Boy, a good brother. I don't know what he going through, but I'm gonna clarify something for y'all. Rank, Petey Whack ain't a part of no rainbow coalition in no form, shape, or fashion. Petey Whack is a solid brother, man. And people is hating on this brother because he's trying to come home. He's about to come home, and people don't want to see him on the streets. And I'm here to let y'all know Petey Whack is not the Petey Whack y'all knew in the 80s. The man has changed his life, and he's on some positive shit. And he's trying to create some positive shit. That's what's wrong with the black community now. We so quick to want to take each other down instead of trying to take the real enemy down. That's embarrassing.
And respect. And let me say this too, to add, you know what? And I saw a homie that I salute, Big Joker from A-Trey. I remember when I was in CMC with Big Joke, cuz, and Huck and all the homies, you know, because I knew Big Joker through word of mouth, and I looked up at him like, you know, Supreme. So I remember approaching him, I'm like, Joke, cuz, Big Joke. He said, homie, I'm a Muslim, I'm not. And he had the most humblest approach to, and he saw that I was humbly, you know, respecting Big Joke. But my point I'm making, I saw real true change in the homie. And I love the fact that I had a chance. And when I went to the hole, I remember Joke said, cuz, you know, if I wouldn't have been, I would have instrumented that with you, homie, because that was wrong with them cat. I said, yeah, homie, I ain't tripping. That's how it go. Haters. That's why I got my paperwork.
The fact that he did the video, but he never put his face on it, you just hear his voice.
Right.
If I can't see your eyes, I got a problem with that.
I agree.
Joker, and Mushaheed, Crybaby South from 7-6, is the most humblest brothers that was keyways that turned Muslims. Right. And Mushaheed was convicted of a crime that affected Compton.
Right.
I saw when me and him was in Folsom in the shoe, I saw the remorse in him. How he felt, bam, I got put in a situation that I should have never got put in. And these brothers is real humble by letting you know trials and events can change your life into something positive instead of negative. Right? Yeah. Joker is humble, man. I don't know if I can be as humble as he could. The brother is humble.
Real humble.
You understand what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And I commend that brother. You feel me? For turning his life around and becoming humble as he did. You understand what I'm saying? He got a lot of forgiveness in his heart because he forgave himself for some of the things that he done. He understood that what we show, and karma will come back and get us, right? And a lot of people don't understand this is what we supposed to teach these youngsters.
Redemption. That's true redemption.
When you come up in here trying to be a Crip or a Blood or a Paru, you ain't the only one who life you putting at risk. You put your family life at risk. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm tired of hearing getting killed. I'm tired of hearing about gun violence in the black community, man, especially watch this, man. When these young dudes is doing drive-bys, they ain't going to see that game, man. They shoot their birthday party.
You see an increase in violence and gun violence among Crips, Bloods, and GDs and BDs. I don't leave them out. They included. And there's North County.
I just got off the phone. That's what made me tap into your show, Melly Mel. I had already told him on my live I wasn't going to do no lives after you, right? But I was talking to somebody about 10 minutes ago in Chicago saying, "Bam, we need you to come out here, and your boy needs to be with you, Melly Mel." I said, "Man, I ain't talking to Melly Mel in a minute. I need to talk to him. What you eating, brother? What you eating, man?" All right. Anyway,
can we have
it's a popcorn show, man.
Hey, look, watch this. Hey, Mel and Bam, can we have? I'm having some fun with y'all, man. Let me have a little fun with y'all. Let me say this, because I had to argue back and forth with some folks. I said, look, man, we was the toughest in football. Greater Compton was sorry. Linwood was sorry. We used to mop y'all, man. The people, we used to mop Greater Compton. The only team that was tough was that red team, the LA Sheriff.
That's the team I was on, brother. That's the Pop One at Centennial. I didn't play Greater Compton. That was Compton High, blue and white. I didn't play for the Greater. I played Pop One. We had some beasts on there. Floyd Hyde, Truman McNeil, Dan Nelson, me. I was a cold little nose going to people in Michigan, right?
My partner, Ricky on the corner, Barbecue King, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ricky Price was a cold running back.
Yeah.
Man, running back. We was in the Kings. We was the Kings Conference. When I played for Inglewood, we used to go to the LA Sheriff at Fremont High, and y'all used to practice at Will Rogers. We used to beat y'all was tough, but the LA Demos, Greater Compton, man, we used to Linwood, Downey, Willowbrook. We used to mock them.
No, when I played, and nobody beat us.
What?
Man,
no, you.
Hey. When I played Pop One football, man, and we used to couldn't play in Compton, we went to other places. They used to tell us leave Compton and Compton. We just going to football, right? They know we coming with the drama, right? But let's talk about baseball, bro. I played baseball with the Little League World Series.
They left Centennial and both went to Banning.
Yeah, hey, who went to Banning?
Freeman McNeil and Ricky Price. They both left Centennial and went to Banning.
And watch this. And Freeman got kicked off the football team at Centennial. He wasn't even a running back.
Okay.
Freeman used to go. Freeman, my big homeboy.
What about Locke? The only thing y'all had was the band. Locke band was tough.
But at Centennial, Compton had ball players on me. Compton, Centennial, Dominguez, and Compton had ball players. Pros. That's right. They went to the pros. We had ball players. Robbie Cole up out of Compton High. Floyd Hyde come up out of Centennial.
Who came up out of Locke?
My cousin came up out of Locke. Eddie Murphy played baseball for the Baltimore Orioles.
Okay.
Yeah, Kenny Landreau and Hubie Brooks. They both lived in my neighborhood. Played on the dock.
You played for the Cardinals. That was Denny Road Dog.
Now, let me ask y'all.
Play football.
Okay.
You got a good live going on, Melly Mill.
Let me ask y'all. So, was recruiting big over there? Was they recruiting like, Was they taking a look? Because, you know, they be saying Watts Compton, you know the stigmas on us, but they was grabbing players about.
Don't know. What people don't know about football and baseball and basketball, they come to the ghetto before they go anywhere else to do some recruiting.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like now, look at the Snoop League. Yeah, I mean, everybody that going to Snoop League going to college. I got a nephew playing for UCLA, came through the Snoop League. Okay. Was a hell of a motherfucking safety at Warren High. Now he at UCLA.
So we talking programs that work. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, this is what we need to bring back in our community, not just football. We need to bring Little League baseball and all that back.
Man, they took the baseball from us.
Right, we need the WLC need to do what Miss Day used to do. Get these kids jobs. If you give a child a job, he ain't got no time to be out of game banging, hanging on no cum in them girl.
They about to hire Metro security. Man, we should tell I'm telling my nephews now, get these Metro jobs that they about to start having, because we about to have an Olympics.
I need you. You hear me, Melly Mill?
What you say?
I'll send you a text. Can I send you a text? A message. Hey, but yeah, hey, Nose, because I ain't trying to get off the topic that I was talking about.
Get back to it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Somebody asked me when me and Melly Mill gonna do a show anyway. They want me and Melly Mill to come on and talk about what he was talking about. And it's time for us not to expose the names, but it's to expose the selective politics. The way hoods hibernate rats. This is why snitching is so cool. Certain people can tell, and the hood will embrace them still. It ain't because they got money, it's because of what they used to do. I can't glorify that. I don't memorize that. Right?
So
you know,
but listen, Bam, I got to get up out of here, man. I'm going to take a look at that text.
Yeah, I'm going to start my live. I told him I was going to start my live at 6 o'clock because I knew you was going to go on at 5.
Okay.
I'm about to do a live.
Hey, man, let's do this again, man. Let's do this again.
No, without a doubt, it's on Melly Mill, man. Hey, Melly Mill, we got to do something, though. They get in my show asking me when we going to do something.
Okay, let's do it, Bam. You know me. I'm ready.
All right.
Shout
Send you a text right now. I'm going to do my live, too. Just answer that text, Melly Mill.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mill, man. Great live. Nose was animated, y'all. The Bam came in there and took it where we needed to take it, man. We got it on home. With that being said, again, man, real game don't come from plastic, but most of y'all are new to it. You know, happiness is an inside job. And know that a change, something you got. That's it, man. That's just the bottom of it. I am Professor Melly Mill, the Hood Postman. Lock the door.
Cali Finest, baby.
Gonna do my live, man. All right, Melly Mill.
Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a pro fish the time of day. They see me climbing. They see me shining. That's hard work. Proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me. That's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking. And I don't talk about it. I just make it happen. Word on the block is that the shit go. Reach for the low.
Lock the door. We are gone. Marlena Williams, I'll tap in with you in a bit.